Hi Aries, welcome to your reading for May 2020. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Aries. You may be in love with an Aries. You were just intuitively guided to the channel and you're not even an Aries. Whatever brought you. Welcome everyone. I want to remind you what Aries means, what the symbol means, right? It's of the ram. And Aries is about breaking down those like unbreakable barriers where maybe the rest, and I shouldn't say that because anyway, it's like, you're leading it, you're breaking down the walls so that we can get through, so that people can get through, right? That's your strength. So, and if you're not, you're unstoppable is what it is. You can be unstoppable, or you can be very stubborn. That is your negative to your positive. You could be very stubborn. And I know a lot of Aries. I love a lot of Aries. I spent many, many years with an Aries, and I've seen the positive, the negative, and everything in between, but you're unstoppable. And that's what you got to remember, right? That some of you may have lives, I'm just thinking about that. Like if you're the one who's breaking down the walls, then, and, not in all cases, but let's say you break, I'm picturing like you breaking down the gate, and then we all follow, right? Because all the signs are then following Aries, so to speak. You bring us into planting season and all is new. So you're either in that energy or you're feeling the resistance of it. If you're feeling the resistance, if you're like, that doesn't feel like me, then you're just in your negative headspace, let's say. No matter what's going around us, and this is for everyone, no matter what's going on around us, what's our job here? How do we survive this planet? We got to remember that we have to be the calm in the middle of the storm, no matter what, right? It's when you find your own calmness within. First of all, I feel like all of a sudden, as I find this calmness, this vibration, because that's what it is, it's sending a vibration almost out in a circle, like pushing it out. And it's almost your power. It then becomes your protection. So it's finding the center within the storm. And I feel like that's for everyone. And I'm certainly going to remember that. Believe it or not, I don't know what I'm going to say until I start my reading. Nothing's pre-rehearsed. Nothing. I certainly think of you and pick up on your energy in that, but let it come out very naturally. Some people love it, some people not so much. What can you do? So anyways, I want you to think about that, right? The curve of the horn, right? That to me is where the strength is, but also the weakness in the curve. Interesting. Anyway, I just feel like I had to remind you, and maybe what it's saying is we all need to take on that Aries energy and start breaking down some walls, because we have the capability. It's like, I'm just going to say this real quick, it's like the coronavirus. It is hard not to get pulled down into the sadness, and I'm not saying it's not sad, it is sad. But even amongst that, we have to find our calmness. Why? Because we're no good to anyone, including ourselves, when we're chaotic, right? If we're chaotic like the crowd, well then, I don't know. So we have to find that calmness, right? Trust your intuition. Send that vibration out. And I feel like it's advice on how to give us some protection. The vibrations, all of a sudden, I'm also seeing as like social distancing, right? Keep social distancing, don't give in too soon. Patience, remember, this is the one thing we learn in this reading, is patience and the purpose of it. It's never for nothing. So, patience We'll get there. We'll recover. We always do. We lose the Ten of Pentacles by the Tower sometimes, but almost always, no, not almost always, always the Ten of Pentacles comes back, but in a different way, in a different form, in a different, you know, we'll get there again wherever there is. That's just what I feel. Alright, guys. You know, I want to start teaching people who come to my readings that my readings don't, you know, don't look at my readings as beginning when she lays the cards out. I want you to listen to my words, because many times I know they're not my own words. I know I'm being guided to say what I'm saying. I know that somebody needs to hear it, and maybe it's not your day today, but allow that other person to hear it without casting stones, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, to me the reading starts the minute I say hello. Hello. You had me from hello. You had me from hello. Alright, guys, so we're going to start the reading with some major arcanas again. Just calm your mind. Calm your spirit. Calm your soul. Be in this present moment, because it's the present moment that matters. Be in this present moment, right here, right now. Be open. I always invite your spirit guides in with my spirit guides to work together in bringing us the best reading possible. The best reading that I'm able to give, possibly give. Well, I don't know. Let's hope it's really, really good then. Alright. So we're going to start with the major arcanas. And we're going to use these. We're not going to use them. They're going to show us different things that we're dealing with. Sometimes it's the answer. Sometimes, you know, like it's the solution. Sometimes it's the problem. Yeah, sometimes it's something we need to look at, or a promise of what's coming. So that's how we're looking at these. So we have the Tower right now. I'm glad it's the first card. It's the first thing I want to say. You know, I don't fear the Tower anymore. I understand the Tower. You know, I understand when there's a need for the Tower. Whatever that may be. It may take me time to figure it out, but it's there to be figured out. So, as we relate this to our everyday world, this is about, you know, something that happens and it's unexpected, right? But, you know, I say it's unexpected, but I don't think that's the truth. I think we tell ourselves, like, oh my God, I didn't expect this, but there is something within us. Maybe it's been warning. I can tell you judgment's been coming out a lot. Almost like that warning, you know, there's some type of warning for you. Now that can be like if I'm in a relationship and, you know, I'm in my head and I feel lost and this and that. You know, you gotta find your center, find your calmness. Ask the question. Let the vibration go out into the universe. But then you got to be quiet so you can hear the answer. So, the Tower I look at as what feels like a curse, but it's really a blessing. I look at it as in, was I truly, my soul perhaps, calling in this Tower unbeknownst to my human mind? And because, listen, right, this is not where we're meant to be. This is not what we're meant to do. This is not, you know, who we are. And, you know, it's almost like your soul calling to you. And, you know, then you have to, well, in the Tower, you don't really get to make the decision. The decision is being made, right? Whether you're delivering that Tower to someone else, you're involved in it, right? Stay calm, through it. I know, easier said than done, but if this is the soul calling, right, then it's doable. Period. I don't know. Alright, we got more than I wanted to take, but I'm going to take them. But there's judgment again. So there's judgment looking right at that tower. Wow. I mean, it almost feels like what I was just saying. Like, judgment has, you know, it's a day of reckoning. For who? I don't know. It's, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like the trumpet is so much bigger than the tower. There's no way. It's almost like belonging to the trumpet is what's knocking that tower. Just the tower, by the way, is what's tumbling. The steeple is tumbling. The whole church isn't falling down within this energy. It's at the top. Well, wow. Okay. Well, some of you will get what I mean by that. So, it's at the top is where, you know, we'll just leave it there. I don't know. But I feel like judgment is almost backing me up, saying, like, I've been here, right? I've been here for every reading. I'm trying to think when I began my readings for May. I did begin early, and they've all been kind of spiritual, so I think this is why. Anyway, look at that. Where's the devil? Well, it's almost like the devil is coming, right? The devil is coming. I'm warning you. I'm warning you, the devil is coming. Think about your foundation. Now, when I say the devil, I don't mean that in the form of, you know, Satan. Satan's energy walks amongst us now, right? How do you beat that energy? You better find your calmness. Find your calmness. Right? So I feel like, and I have to tell you, I feel like this is something that's already happened, because I feel like judgment is coming out in a way, backing me, saying, I've been telling you, but now here the steeple is falling off, right? Why? Well, it's some type of lower energy, but it feels like, you know, in some circumstances it's coming from the top. There's something with the top, and that can be talking about businesses. You know, boy, I don't know if I should mention anything. I'm not ready to do that, but, you know, there's like a meatpacking plant that knows that their employees have coronavirus, and you know, I can't say for a fact that they didn't shut down, but they didn't shut down, and now I don't know how many of the townspeople have it. So it's almost like, you know, that warning was coming. That warning was there. They were warned. You know, this is the people at the top were warned. So they could have shut the factory down. You know, but so now it affects everyone. Okay, let's keep going. We have the moon. You know, I wasn't really going to give, like, what's the astrological sign of these cards, because I'm not looking at it that way, but I will once we lay them all out. I almost feel like this is a mini reading. We have the Fool, and look at this. We have Justice. So I do feel like this is talking, you know, a little bit about the coronavirus also. I feel like it's talking about perhaps different people's actions within it. And, you know, sometimes, you know, we have a job that we have to do. We have a family we have to feed. And it's not, well, it's not really about that. It's talking about the opposite of that. It's talking about, you know, we work at these companies for these people, and this is, you know, like God himself saying, listen, we're showing you that these people are unworthy, perhaps, of, you know, like they don't have your back. They don't have your back. They have their back. I'm surprised there's no pentacles out, but there's not. But they don't have you. And maybe that's even worse, right? It's one thing if it's because of the money, but, you know, if it's not even because of the money, think about that. Like they risked my health, and, you know, it's just because who they are, who knows. Anyway, You know, and the moon is the energy of unknown. It's weird. I'm just thinking of someone who's been coming to my readings lately. You may have been coming for a while, but you just started commenting, and you've been like correcting me on different cards, which I don't, what do I say there? I appreciate it. However, I read in a different way. Like, I know, what I always know, Psychic Tarot, I don't know what all the cards are, and I like that. And I like the discovery of it. I figure it out, you know, like I'll figure it out. But, you know, your question was, does it change the reading? Because I was reading, let's say I read, I don't know, The Tower. Well, I do say there's a blessing in it. I'm reading the energy. It's coming from everywhere. It's coming from the numbers popping up at me at certain times, and it's coming from everything. And that's how I read. So, you know, I like to clarify that, you know, because I've been doing it for a long time, and it's just my way of reading. And I think we gotta, you know, save judgment here. And then listen, I'm not mad at all. So it's coming across that way, but I'm not. I just want you to understand so that maybe you'll sit, your energy will sit better within the reading, right? Just letting go of the control, you know what I mean? Letting go. Anyway, special shout out. Thank you. You know, I love it when I can answer a question like that. I really do. Because some people come new and they don't understand. Like, well, she's talking like this is this and that is this. I'm just reading the energy. It's showing me a story. Okay. And, you know, there's different avenues off these stories for different people. But the gist of the story should give us what we need. Okay, because anyways, let's get back to the reading. So we have all this tough energy over here, right? Judgment again, but you knew it, right? You're calling in. Remember this, I'm talking like right now it's the world, and it is. So it's talking about the coronavirus, but with inside of that, it's talking about relationships. It's talking about jobs. It's talking about you and them, and, you know, like what each person's deciding within this moment, right? To me, the moon is reading as like, I don't know what's coming, right? I don't know. I'm unsure. It feels like uncharted territory to me. But then shows the Fool, and it does tell me that there's change. I have to tell you, I'm seeing as even Mother Earth like clearing, cleaning, and renewing. Like Mother Earth is saying, you know what? It's the 7th year. It's the 7th year, and I need to take time to get to clean myself, right? This air and this water and this, I feel dirty and I want to be back and fresh, right? That's what Aries is all about. And how do I love that behind the Fool is justice? Because what is justice card? What is justice? It is balance. It is wholeness, right? When you get true justice, it means it is making you whole again. Whole again. So something completely out of balance over here. The warnings have been coming. They've been coming. Almost like I don't have a choice. You know, for some of you, it's like your soul is getting stronger and stronger. Like, you know, this isn't good. You know, like, you know there's more. And of course, it isn't for everyone. If you're happy where you're at, then you're happy with your at. You should celebrate that. This is for, and it may be talking about the coronavirus for you. Anyway, it brings me back to the moon. But the Fool's energy tells me that, you know, I'm willing to walk into the unknown, right? I'm willing to do that. Really, we don't have a choice. But for some reason, I feel the air over here is much clearer. It's cleaner. I feel a lot of distraction over here, and over here I feel like, you know, what's the Fool doing? He's going for a hike. He's out for a hike. Maybe just the courthouses are closed down right now. Balance has been met, right? The sword is the truth. So the Fool carries the truth. of the matter, whatever that may be, with him or with her. Right. But it's, this tower happens, you know, you either bring it in for someone else can bring it into you, but really, many times it's your soul calling for something new, right? A new adventure. Let's leave it that way. It can be good, it can be bad, and seeing the devil all of a sudden, like, you know, that may not always be a good thing. But, however, the air is just so much clearer over here. Interesting. I think I'm going to leave them all out. I was going to pick them up and then do 3 more, but I have to tell you, I feel like they all belong in the rest of the reading, so I'm going to leave them here. We have Capricorn, Pisces, Libra, it's funny, like, I want to separate them, but I don't feel like they're meant, but it's like, no, they're not meant to be. It's like Judgment. Where's my finger at that wants to separate it? Judgment. It's like, no, they're not meant to. They're telling the story, so they need to be together. Sometimes I separate cards, and just because it's a feeling, and then I get it later. Anyway, they're meant to be just like that. Funny, look at that. Hangman on the bottom of the deck. What are we being told to do right now? Have patience. What is the hangman doing while he's just hanging around? He's gaining wisdom, right? He's becoming enlightened. If he allows himself, that is. He's becoming enlightened. Alright, let's keep going. You know, it's funny because the Fool, which is always you, I feel, it's, at least right now, it's all of you. So we're all carrying justice on our back, right? It's this wholeness. It's a feeling of wholeness. Many of us go through life and say that, like, I feel like there's a hole. And I feel like this, you know, after the tower type of thing, after the smoke, after the fire, comes this fresh, clean, new perspective, new way of being, right? This person is not carrying regret with them, nor jealousy. This is someone who's, you know, I want to say out on a walk. And I'm seeing that as like, I'm just out on a walk. Just clearing my mind. Maybe for some of you, this is where, I know we can't do it right now, but, you know, maybe we're not meant to yet. When we feel, as it relates to the coronavirus, really trust your intuition, but, you know, always think about mankind. So, I feel like this is after the fact anyway. I feel like the Fool is just saying, you know, this is how I clear my mind. I go for a walk with my trusty dog. That is how I find my balance. Right, the Fool's there by himself. It's almost like he packed a lunch. So maybe I'm going on a picnic. You know, whatever it is, it's a very happy-go-lucky type of energy. Like nothing, not even thinking about what's ahead that's going to hurt me. You know, that's going to hinder me in any way. No, Fool's just going on my merry old way. And what I feel what Tarot teaches us is, as we are going in our merry old way, that who needs to come in at that time to help us continue on something perhaps important will come in, right? It just naturally they'll come in. It's like a curtain opens, and out comes the character that you need. It may be the magician, you know, whoever it is. Again, you have injustice on your back. That's fairness. I give, I allow myself to receive, right? It's just a beautiful type of energy. It's a childlike energy, right? Almost like before the weight of the world fell upon our shoulders. You know, we were children, free, and our imaginations, right? And then here we are. Here we are. The Fool, back to the present moment. We have the Queen of Cups, possible Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. She's also the queen that loves love. She loves being in love. Doesn't always have to be romantic love, right? But she maybe understands the importance of love. Like, maybe love is everything. Who knows? But she's the queen that, you know, her positive is that she's very receiving, right? She's very open and happy to give. Her negative is she will shut down, right? She will become ice. You know, the positive and the negative. We all have them. We all have them. And we'll see. Her cup is pretty big she's holding, I have to say. We have the Five of Swords. So this is walking away from something, someone, a group of people, family. Why? Because, first of all, you know, it feels like they turned your heart into ice. Right? They turned your heart, someone turned your heart into ice. And, you know, what did I need to do there? I needed to walk away. I needed to separate myself from them, right? I took what I believed with me. Wasn't no longer persuaded by them, right? It's funny because temptation, and I don't know why I said temptation, it's the devil. Well, in one of my decks, it is called temptation. But this is walking away, right? You know, I feel like the swords that he's carrying for me tonight feel like, it's funny I said tonight when it's actually pretty early for me to be reading in the morning. I'm taking my lessons with me, right? I'm taking my ideas and I'm going anyway. You know, I don't know if I want to say there's a victor. You know, you're the victor here. I don't know that it's about that. You know, but I feel like, you know, I feel like someone spent some time in something that really, like, made your heart ice over. And you know, what's needed? Movement. Movement. You know, maybe it's not movement from you, maybe it's just cutting toxic people out. Look at that, we have the Magician. So, walking right towards my manifestation. Whatever that may be, with the moon above it, like, I may not even know. I may not even know what this energy is about, why I'm going where I'm going, why I'm stuck in the house, you know, at this moment. But it's almost like it doesn't matter because I'm walking into my own manifestation. And you're walking into it with powerful energy, right? This is the energy of saying enough is enough. You know, of understanding sometimes that not everyone's going to say great ideas, this, that. Maybe your thing, your work, just aren't meant for their ears, right? Like they'll never get it until it's done, until it's seen, and maybe that's okay. You know what I mean? It's the realization of, no matter how hard I try here, I'm going to keep getting. They're not open, right? You have some type of manifestation that you want to bring about. So, okay, let's keep going. We have the Four of Pentacles. So are you leaving the Four of Pentacles or are you going towards the Four of Pentacles? Four of Pentacles, first of all, is the strong foundation. It's almost like those who have gone through the tower, you still come out with your foundation. You still come out with the strength, right, of a strong, of the four pillars. It's just the top has fallen off, right? But and it's funny, it's like this person's outside too. And I feel like the Four of Pentacles, for some reason, is a good explanation of an Aries when they're in their negative, and that is being stubborn, right? That's holding on to something so tightly, not willing to hear other people's perspective, not willing to learn, right? Right next to the Magician or the Alchemist. I feel like someone here, or you're going to know someone who may come up with like a vaccine, may come up with something. And then this may also be talking in general, people like coming up with some tremendous ideas. Matter of fact, I mean, look at that clean air again, right? Just out for a walk. Everything just seems chilled, relaxed, easy. Easy. That's the word I want to say. Anyway, I have a feeling someone who's watching or someone who knows someone is going to come up with something. Whether it be the vaccine, whether it be medication that's going to help with the symptoms. I don't know. You know, I'm far from a chemist. Maybe a chemist. Anyway, this is also talking about you. And, you know, listen, what has the devil, which is right above, what has this energy been doing to you? It's been freezing your heart over, right? On purpose. It almost like, you know, if I had God and Satan here, it's almost like Satan tempting you in some way of maybe why I keep staying and I keep staying, right? But then this comes, you know, you're not listening to your intuition. Anyway, I can see where that could be difficult to move from the energy of feeling like I'm ice into the energy of the Fool. But it's almost like you're walking right through it. You're walking right through it anyway. Like, just keep going straight and you're going to run right into it. So it feels like a manifestation of a very of security, right? And then you got the Fool above that. Oh, I love that. You know, feels like happiness and laughing in the home. Everything is illuminated. The pentacles are illuminated. The cups are illuminated. The sword is illuminated. Did I leave one out? I don't see the wand. Why am I missing the wand? Oh, he's holding the wand. It's weird, though. It doesn't feel illuminated. But he's sitting there reading a book, studying something, and he's got the infinity sign right above his head, almost like absorbing something from, you know, I'm saying above. Really, I feel like it's from my higher self here, absorbing something from my higher self, you know. Maybe it's that formula. Like, how the hell did how did I arrive at this? I'm not even sure. Sometimes it's when you get like this beautiful focus towards something, and it just, you know, it's almost like it unfolds as a story. It's clarity. But it's connected, let's just say, to the spiritual world. We have judgment again. Judgment, you know, looks like judgment coming over someone's home. This probably is a divorce, to be honest with you. And, you know, I want to say one thing. I feel like there may be someone who's staying because you may be refusing to give up some material things, right? There may be some material things like, no, I want my living room suit, and, you know, like I'm fighting for now. Now we're in the energy of fighting for the material things, the home, and all that stuff. You know, I feel like stay in the present moment. I'm not saying give these things up or give them away, but I do know this. Whatever we lose is replaced, right? Whatever we give away comes back to us. So you have to look at it, because judgment is looking over that, like, is it worth the fight, right? Is it worth the fight? Some of you may say yes. You know, that's your decision, right? With the Magician right there, like, totally up to you. You're unsure what to do, though. And this may be that, you know, that partner, what have you, because here you're walking away. Someone else said a comment about me always talking that a couple who've been together, you know, I forget how many years she said, but it's a lot of years, like 10, 20 years, that I always talk as if I want them to leave. That's just really the opposite of what I want. If there's love to be found, I don't have a ton of readings like that, but I do have them. I wish I could point them out, because there's many times it says, you know, look at what you're doing. Be realistic, right? That really talk about two people who could really bring it back to the Ten of Cups, but it's up to each person. Anyway, it goes either way. It goes probably maybe the percentage. But here, this is talking about, you know, what's important, what's not important. You know, if it's not something that you love, do you need to fight for it? Because everything else will be replaced, right? If, like, I don't know, I'm getting a couch. But it's like that couch, you'll replace that couch, and you'll probably replace it with, like, the perfect couch. Like, I love this couch. Like, you go to an antique store, and you're like, oh my God, there is my couch. Filled with history. We have the Princess of Wands. And we have the Lovers. And I have to tell you, they showed themselves in reverse. I don't strongly feel in reverse, but I do want to put them back to the way I found them. So, it's funny because I have the Princess of Swords below this Queen of Cups. Now, this may be a water sign, or this just may be you. It may be your heart that is frozen over. And I feel like, you know, it's funny with the Princess of Swords, it's almost like she's peering into this lake, and she's seeing the younger her. And that younger her was someone, you know, of adventure, of love, of romance, right? Of the romance story. You know, allowing myself to feel every part of it. And sometimes the ending isn't good, right? But then I move on to another one. But I feel like this person's no longer seeing that, their younger selves. And I feel like almost feeling influenced over that. Gave away the power. Gave away my power in some way, right? Forgot who I was. Here's the magician, illuminated, you know, even with uncertainty above it, the magician's one that's illuminated. Like, this is you, right? This is you, and all your ideas, and everything you can do, and everything you've forgotten, and everything you will learn, right? It's funny, it's just, some of you, I feel like you're heading towards someone, even though the Lovers is in reverse here, and we could read this a couple different ways. You know, this is a head over heart decision, right? I often feel like when I read it that way, I'm more in my head. I don't know why I do. Well, then I have the Princess of Swords, who would be, right, she's about communication, what have you. Some of you may be giving up the idea of waiting for someone. And I hope that's the case, because, you know, don't wait for people. Just keep on being you and doing everything you can. And the right people, whether it be that person or someone else, will show, you know, when it's time. It's almost like this Lover in reverse is reflecting in your pond here. It's in reverse, but I feel like it's in reverse because it's a mirror image of it. It's weird. I feel like, you know, but we got to get you here. We got to get you to see. It's almost like we got to get you to look in that lake so you can see your younger self and how open you were, right? How open your heart was. Whether it be romance, what have you. But it is next to the the Lovers. Okay, let's keep going. So the Hangman again. I'm telling you guys, keep your patience. It's funny, keep your patience, but the Five of Swords. You know, maybe make a plan. The Tower sometimes doesn't give us the option, right? Anyway, look at that. We have the Star. So the Star coming, hello, right under the Magician. You know, that is manifesting your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. What it tells you to do is don't lose hope. Don't lose. So maybe it's saying, you know, don't keep your head of me waiting, waiting, waiting. But it doesn't say don't lose, you know, but keep the hope. Well, I hope one day it happens. I hope that this comes my way. It's an energy with a vibration, right? And listen, if I've been focusing on, let's say this is a twin flame. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. Let's say it is a twin flame, and I'm focusing on this person as my twin flame. And why? I don't know. I don't know, except I don't feel like you're listening to yourself here. And that's partly why you're reversed. It may be someone of, you know, an earlier time, and you just... Anyway, I feel like, why am I saying all that? I'm feeling like perhaps it's not your twin flame, right? Perhaps it's not. Perhaps it is, but now is not the time. Always a reason, right? There's always a reason. Perhaps, you know, it's better that it happens then versus now, right? So it's allowing it to happen when it happens. It's almost like your job is to put the vibration out there, you know, thaw out the heart so that you can start feeling, you know, it gives you hope too. Why is it, and it's coming right from yourself, by the way. Why is it giving you hope that, you know, the fool with justice on his back is possible? Well, of course it's possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. We have the Strength card of Leo. So we have, major arcana-wise, we have Gemini, Aquarius, and Leo all side by side. They are major arcanas. And look at this. I have the same infinity sign that's coming from the Strength card that's coming from the Magician, right? Sending out that vibration, right? Look at this. First of all, this tells me a couple different things. This tells me, what's a Strength card? It's about what you learn or gain. And it's not just about like physical strength. It's talking about your spirituality. It's learning the oneness and all that you are and all that you can do, right? It's right next to the card of hope. And maybe some of you are like, again, the swords in reverse, like, I don't think so. Right? Why? Because you're being influenced in some dark way to not believe that what you want to be, the alchemist with the star, will be, because the Strength card is saying it's coming from you. Like your manifestation, your energy is being heard. Maybe some of you, you'll better understand if I say your energy is being read, right? Maybe we let out different colors of energy, which I don't know. I don't even know why I'm going there. Other than this is talking about, you know, and I feel like a Strength card, right, I'm making friends, almost like I'm making friends with the elements of myself that I hated, or that held me back, right? Parts of me that I know are there, I don't like them. And that's something that needed to be overcome. You needed to overcome that, right? You were made just the way you were meant to be made, especially with the alchemist right there. You're made exactly the way you're made to be made. We all have different reasons for being here, different lessons, right? But I feel like we'll all talk about it in the end. You know, when we meet in heaven or wherever we go, we'll talk about it. We'll probably talk about this whole trip. Anyway. Your strength, look at that, the Four of Pentacles right above that. Your strength comes from within. This is you manifesting your dream. What maybe others have said you can't do. This is showing you You can. Get into lover. Some of you have to let go of the thought of someone being my lover. Listen, this is how I'm looking at it right now in this present moment is what is meant to be will be. By resisting, right? By pushing against it. Well, you are Aries. It's almost like pushing against that wall, breaking down that wall. But I mean it in a different way, as in, I feel like some of you are resisting true elements of yourself, or maybe your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, due to other people's influence over you. Some people may be a bad influence over you if it has to do with, like, you know, taking drugs or drinking or gambling and that type of thing. So I need to just check my, my circle. Excuse me one sec. Okay, guys, I'm back. I know, it just seemed like a second, but I was gone for like 10 minutes. My sweetie pie said he was going to go to the post office. And I said, no, you're not. To be honest with you, I'm like, no. Why? It's weird because the town I live in, he has a P.O. box, and so do most of the people in this town. It's a small town. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, but, so the mail goes to the post office and you go pick it up. You all know that. Anyway, why am I telling you that? Well, I don't know why I'm telling you that, other than I asked him not to go. Let his bills just collect up for a little bit. I said, when your bills are due? They do. And he's like, no, not yet. I'm like, then, so, maybe you meant to hear that. I don't know. But anyway, the post office is, tiny. And I like it. Though, I'm different than most of the people here. Definitely. I'm different than the people here. I feel it, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I feel that in time, I'm probably going to do something works in some capacity, help in some way the community. So, anyway, back to you. We have the Two of Swords. So, the Two of Swords is trying to make a decision and blindfolding yourself, right? You have a couple cards to talk about the truth. The Judgment right above you. You have the Moon, being an influence in both cards. Well, you have the Moon in both cards. And I feel like the Moon, even though it's in the upright, and Pisces, I'm not talking about you, maybe for someone I am, but I feel like it's reversed, as in when you think about Satan. What do they say about Satan in the Moon? I apologize, like I can't just, but I feel like it's, it's a dark energy that is influencing your decision to do, or to go, or to just be who you are, that type of thing. So, usually I'm in my head within the Two of Swords. Or it's something I just don't want to see. I feel like, and I have to tell you something. What was I thinking about right before your reading? And I'll tell you why I'm bringing it up, but now. And I thought, that's weird that I was even thinking about it. I was thinking about all of the things I told myself before I moved here that stopped me, that allowed more time to go by. And I would say, you know what? I have to wear makeup every day. And I used to say to Sam, like on the phone, like, I don't like to wear makeup at home. Like, to me, there's no sense. I'm not that girl. And that's why I don't appear on camera. Like, I don't want to take time. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm very natural. And I worried about that. And I thought, am I going to have to put on makeup? Am I going to think I should put on, And I'd be like, in my hair, I'm going to have to do my hair every day. And I can't just hang out in my PJs if I want. You know what? These were fears that I kept, stupid little fears that I kept putting in front of me coming here. of me making a movement. I wasn't moving from anywhere bad. I was moving from my daughter's house with my grandchildren, and that was another thing, you know. How do I leave them, right? And, you know, everything. But it's all fear-based. I get here, and I haven't worn any makeup. I'm in my PJs, like, 24/7, and so is he. And I'm not going to say, you know, it's all been hunky-dory, but it's been pretty good. Pretty good. And love is flowing. Even when it doesn't. Well, the love just keeps flowing. But when we get in our heads, right, this is this person in their head. So anyways, all those fears that I had, not one of them came true. They stopped me, right? They stopped me from doing what ultimately I wanted to do. Right, what my dream was. Look at that, and the Lover's right next to it. So some of you are following my journey. You know what I mean? Like, your lives are very close to my life. And I don't know. It's just like, I can tell you that love can happen at any age. I can tell you that. I can tell you that you can change your life at any age. Emperor's on the bottom of the deck. Why am I putting it away? So there is your energy, right? So there's some type of wall you need to knock down. There's something you need to knock down. You need to be the ram. You need to knock it down. If you're not an Aries, it's like then you still need to be an Aries. We all need to be an Aries and knock something down so that we can be who we truly want to be. I've gotten this in a couple different readings, but we've had the influence, this dark kind of negative influence over us. Some of us, it just froze our heart. We forgot who we were. Okay, let's bring the clarifiers. I was going to use the Universal Tarot, but I'm going to use I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot instead. I'm just feeling called to it. Look at that. We have the Sun and the Magician belonging to another deck that attached itself to the Cosmic Tarot. The Sun and the Magician. Hello. That is the Fool and Justice, just in a different way. Don't put demands on how it has to show up. Just tell it to show up, right? Give me, this is what I would say. This is what I do say. Give me the steps to get to where I want to be, to get to the type of life I want to lead, to live the dream of being who I truly am, bringing my talents out, all of that. But this Two of Swords has to show up. And, someone's saying, like, you have to go within. But here's the Sun and the Magician. Just tells me it can be done. I already knew that, but I truly believe that all is possible. All is possible. We're just heading towards it, right? And that's what you want. Keep heading me towards what all is possible. Right? And save me from temptation. Let me be who I am, truly who I am. Some of you, though, I swear, it's like the universe is saying to you, but you're hanging on to something. You're hanging on to something that you need to let go. You need to let go of it because you're not allowing yourself to see it. But here's your support system, like right beside you, right? You have judgment above you. To me, that's many times our ascended family members, right? I have, and this is You have the answer, right? You just need to take off the blindfold. The influence that has you is not nearly as strong as your mind is making it to be, okay? Our minds can definitely do that to us, especially when we don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Well, that is what Aries is about, the adventure of finding out. The Fool. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going towards it, right? My mind is clear. I'm in balance. I'm whole again. I had to get through the Tower. You know, the Tower doesn't always want to come in. I feel like Judgment says, I've been giving you the signs, right? I've been giving you the signs, but you're ignoring them. You're allowing yourself to stay in some dark energy because you're fearful of the unknown. You're fearful of what it might look like, taste like, all that. And this Tower never happened to you. Would you ever get to the point of truly where I feel like you're meant to be? Alright. Look at that. We have the Tower again. Interesting. You know, there's probably in the tarot, there's probably a meaning to have that Tower twice. Does one cancel the other out? We have the Five of Pentacles. That's movement. It's funny because the Five of Pentacles to me, I read much like the Tower. It's the energy right after the Tower. So let's talk about that for a second, because it is the energy. We receive the Tower, right? We receive the news, the bad news. We receive, you know, and it doesn't have to be like devastating. It's just something that forces us to change something within us. Maybe our whole lives. It's up to, you know, individual. But anyways, the Five of Pentacles talks about what happens after the Tower and during the hardship. You know, you meet the nicest people. If you're looking, right? Look for that. It talks about soul family members who are in place, just waiting for you to get there. Right? Waiting for you to be the Fool to get there. And you will get there. I don't think anybody has a choice. It's funny I'm saying a choice when you have free will. However, it's making you do something that takes you outside your comfort zone for a minute. But the people along the way are there to help you. They are in some way helping you to go forward. And I feel with the, and you know what it is for many of you? You haven't received, or you're not giving. It's one or the other, I feel, because I feel like she's heading toward, you know, no, she's not heading towards. Let's just talk about the Six of Pentacles for some reason. It wants to come up. Should just look, it's probably in my hand. And that talks about balance like justice does, right? The Five goes into the Six. So she's heading towards a balanced life. He, she. Right? It's, your life will be better. And who you need to be there will be there. See the signs. Like, see the signs. See the signs. It's coming right below justice. So, no matter how strong these towers are, and maybe I've been hit twice. Right? The awareness, like the universe is saying, we see it. We see it. We see it, and it's time for you to move. It's time for action. Why? I don't know yet, right? The moon is here. I don't know, but I know that I refuse to break down some wall that stopped me from everything. We have the Seven of Swords. So, for some of you, it's a trust issue. It's someone you don't trust. It's people you don't trust. You don't even trust them. I want you to think about that for a second. For some of you, it's a lover. Here it is, right? You do not trust this person. This person has caused your heart to turn into ice. The Tower. It's almost like Judgment saying, I sent you 2 towers. You refuse, even because the foundation was still there, but the top of the house was gone. I may have stayed anyway. Right? Not realizing, not seeing my own self anymore. The Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Cups can no longer see. It's not even herself, the Prince of Swords. But the Princess of Swords is almost like the truth, right? The truth of myself. Seven of Swords, and I don't even trust this person. It's coming over the energy of the devil. For some of you, it can be a Capricorn, for sure. But, can you see the influence that something has had over you? And to get you back to you and what it is your soul came here to do, let's say, with judgment everywhere, justice, like everywhere, yet I've kept myself in this box, right? This person's walking away. Even if it's someone that I love, I'm walking away. However that fits for you. Doesn't always mean physically I'm walking away. I'm mentally. Some of you, you know, you're allowing your heart to open again. Someone did you wrong. It doesn't mean the next person will. But it's scary, right? It's scary. It's scary. Think about that energy I was talking about earlier. Taking that moment, right? Calming myself. And as I'm calming myself, you know, think about some things that you would like to see in your life. And allow that vibration just to keep going and going and grow and grow and grow. And all you have to do is calm yourself and picture it in your mind's eye. Let it grow and grow and grow. And if you make the movement, I swear you'll end up there. It may not look exactly the way you want it, but it will be better. Remember that. So we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Princess of Cups. King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I have to, you know, they came reversed, and I'm sitting here feeling like, are you reversed or you're not? I need to put them in reverse. So let's look at this for a second. So we have the Princess of Cups, who is normally receiving, right? I'm allowing myself to receive, right? Receives things unexpectedly. But she's in reverse. She's not open to receiving anything. Why? Because, I don't know. The moon has this big influence here. And I don't know if that means truly the moon is influencing you right now. But it's right next to, again, the energy of the devil, of temptation. You know, of hard, dark type of energy, right? But I'm in it. I'm in it. So, it's funny because here is the Queen's younger self. And we have this King Pentacles right next to this Princess. King Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's funny, he's in reverse, but I kind of feel like he's in the upright. And maybe he's both. Because I feel like for some of you, there is maybe an Earth sign, or a King of Pentacles, who is someone who, you know, would have a job. Maybe this person doesn't have a job. Maybe some of you who need to let go of someone, they don't even have a job. They don't even have their own pentacles. You know. But anyway. And that may be who's divorcing, like, I'm hanging on to this energy, and I felt like over here, like, really? Why are you not seeing this? Why are you not feeling this? Well, because I come down to the Two of Swords, it tells me everything. You have blindfolds on, right? This is not for everyone. Because for a lot of us, right, there's blindfolds. We weren't seeing what? The truth. What did that do? It made us unbalanced. You know, and it's hard to make movement when we're unbalanced. So it's learning to balance oneself, and then the full makes movement. I'm balanced, I move, right? Some of you, you're leaving this King of Pentacles. And in some way, he may have controlled the money in the home. You know, or it could have something to do with money. I don't know. I feel like for someone who may have some type of negative influence on what it is you want to do, like how you want to make money. You know, this could be feeling like I have the lack. I gotta find another way then, right? I still gotta find a way. I feel like I lack money. Well, what can I do with what I do have, right? The Magician. I use what I have in front of me. What's on my table. That is what I use. That's where my tools are. So no matter where my life is at, it's the tools that I have there are in front of me. I have them. The Strength card, that's where you're finding them. That's where you start gaining that hope again. And then I feel like, I hope, the blindfold just falls off. Yeah. I was just going to say, I want to look at the Princess of Cups and this King of Pentacles. And I just wanted to take one card on them just to get an accurate understanding of them. And I have the Two of Wands, right? So I have the Two of Wands, which is two people, and the Magician is one person. And I feel like that I'm thinking of walking away, right? I kind of like the Two of Wands here, I guess, if you're not the person. But listen, this is two people who are not, you know, if one is unhappy, so is the other. Right? These are two people that just aren't living the lives they feel their soul wanted, even if they're, let's say, twin flames. It may not be the time. It may not be the time. You haven't developed all that you're meant to develop yet. Two Wands, I'm looking forward, right? I'm starting to get positive. I'm starting to believe it's possible. I'm starting to paint that picture. I'm starting to find myself again, right? So even in that negative energy, I'm seeing and feeling and radiating all that can be, right? The possibility of. Two Wands to me is close to a yes card also. Okay. So we have the Four of Cups and the Princess of Wands comes out next. This should be on that side. So, I mean, my God, sometimes things just feel so clear. You know, I see the Four of Cups as being dissatisfied. You know, again, maybe not making choices because I'm afraid to step into my comfort zone. Princess of Wands is the opposite of that. She's someone who steps in not in her comfort zone, goes outside of her comfort zone. Seeking. Knowing there's more, right? She knows there's more expansion. So she's a mover. She's a groover. She's learning how to knock down walls is what she's doing. And she has to start by knocking down her own. Four of Cups is that energy of feeling bored in my life. You know, unsatisfied in my life. But, you know, not making a lot of move towards what can be. It's all here. This is the Princess of Wands that just showed up. So she's someone who will do it. She's someone who will walk through the moon energy. And then she'll let the rest of us know. Come on. The air is great here. A little bit of a roller coaster. Look at that. Seven of Cups. And I'm wondering if some of you with this time, for some who feel like isolation, others are allowing themselves to enjoy it. Others are creating and are going to have these epiphanies. Others are planning on what I'm going to do when it's safe to get going again, right? I'm going to have the patience before I do that. I want to make sure everything is whole and good. Then I move as the Fool. But the Seven of Cups, I feel like this is you thinking about different options, different ways, and falling over the Princess of Swords in reverse. You know, you're not believing yourself. You're not believing the possibilities. You're just, you're not, and for some of you, you're not standing up for yourself. You know, maybe you feel like you're not qualified to stand up for yourself. You know, I'm not the queen. I'm only a princess. Well, that doesn't matter, right? You know, fresh new blood. I don't know. Like, don't be afraid to go after something because I feel too young or I feel too old. But this is not, I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm making choices in the dark. I feel like a lot of us, you know, thinking those Seven Cups, that's of emotion. And part of our soul's journey here is learning, I don't know if I want to say the word master emotion, because we can take as many lifetimes as we need to learn that. But if we can master it now, why not master it now? And I feel like I'm very close to that, to be honest. And, you know, when I stop allowing my emotions to, and I'm talking about maybe my negative emotions, those things, the people, the things that say you can't, right? Maybe I've turned down opportunity because of other people. Could be a lover. Anyways, you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to your own advice. You know, you've definitely been given the signs, maybe multiple times. You got to be willing to walk outside the comfort zone just a hair. And I don't mean that has anything to do with the coronavirus. I think you should stay home. The opposite. But other than that, it's talking about take that step forward, right? 5 is change. Change after the Tower. We have the 9 of Swords. And look at this, Judgment again. Judgment coming, wow, over the Magician and the Star. You know, this is saying, get out of your head. The 9 of Swords, you're in the head. It's all in the head. It's of what everyone has done to me, what everyone has said to me. It's about someone that I gave my heart to who has hurt me, cheated on me. And what you're doing here is you are holding yourself back. And I can guarantee it. And you've been given the signs that this is what is going on. And in multiple places, there's choices that need to be made, right? You're not making them. Why? Because you're in this state of fear over this lover. So some of you, this is over. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? You know. What's your energy right now with what you have right now? Is it good? But I love how Judgment is coming over the Magician and the Star. Listen, if nothing else, this is the universe telling you that the possibility of having your dreams, your wishes, what you've been praying for, come true. And you're creating it. You're walking towards it. Right? You're allowing yourself to receive the signs of it. And then you're moving in it. Even if I got to knock down doors. Judgment is saying, I promise you, it will be there. But this is like free will over here. The Two of Swords, this blindfolds on. It's free will. I, and no one else, can make this decision for me, except for me. But you have this beautiful supporting energy all around you, but right next to you. The Strength card. It is the energy of saying that you can overcome anything, right? And every time you do, you grow, you expand. You got a powerful reading here. At least I think so. Someone's spending too much time thinking about someone. Thinking about it, think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. Should I go? Should I stop? Should I stop? Stop thinking. I feel like that's what I want to say. Stop thinking. Change your mood. Put some music on. Something upbeat. Do something funny. Change your attitude. You know, change the way you're thinking. Don't allow outside influence make the decision of what you should do with your life. If this is, I don't know, but look at this energy that's attached. It's toxic for you right now. But the blindfold has to come off. Look at that. Lovers in the upright. Well, that can be one of two things. This can be, well, there's your true love. Right? There's the true love. For some of you, this is the opportunity where I'm trying to push something sooner than it needs to be pushed, right? Maybe it's just not time yet, right? The Five of Pentacles is like, I've got to go just a little bit within this journey before I get all the understanding of it. But the help will be there. I feel like someone's ancestors are saying, sweetie, you're putting so much energy into this person that is treating you like crap, and you have this lover, true lover, out here. You know, who's bringing the lover out? Judgment. Who's got the negative energy around it? You do. What does the universe say? Heal it. Look within. Allow that heart to thaw. It's like it's almost like not seeing the sun for a while. What I like about the Two of Swords, though, are the waves are behind her. She doesn't know that because she can't see it. She doesn't see that she's about to step. If she takes one step, she's on dry land. But she can't see it. She could feel it if she allowed herself. That may be the answer. Then, if I'm going to keep this blindfold, and then I got to learn to trust my feelings. We have the Hangman. We have the Fool. And then we have the Moon, which is interesting because we have the Moon and then the Fool. Here we have the Fool and then the Moon. What comes with it? The High Priestess. Look at this. I'm sorry, not the High Priestess, the Hangman, but look at this. This Hangman is coming in the upper, or coming in reversed, actually. This is an awakening. This is receiving that awakening, receiving that epiphany. It's not just bouncing off you, right? This is receiving it. And it turns you around. This is beautiful, right? And coming next to the Moon, what was ever hidden in the dark will come to the light. And what does it allow you to do? Well, here is the Fool. It allows you to put all the uncertainty, all the negative energy behind you, right? The Fool, nothing follows the Fool. The awareness, the awakening. the epiphanies of who I am and what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go. And, you know, I love that he's in the upright, well, reversed. What I keep saying that he's in reverse, but the awareness is happening. And I love that it's falling, first of all, it's falling next to the Lovers. So somebody's saying, like, when my energy is at a certain place, I'll know. I'll know when I know, right? It'll be there. I'll know. I can feel it, right? The awareness, hangman, spiritual awareness, but this is also the awareness to make movement. What was once hidden is now brought to the light. Huh. And what does that do? It turns you into the full. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there. Then we're going to do an oracle card. I felt like there was layers upon layers upon layers in that reading. And I don't think I can read them all, but I think those, you felt your layer, is what I feel. Your energy's on the bottom. Look at that. The 3 swords. So it's just the pain, right? It's the pain. Yes, it's the pain that's making him sit instead of move, but look what's there. Healing. Healing over that. Healing that pain. And then there's the 9 of Cups. Hello. We could keep going back, but we're not going to. All right. Funny, first card I see says, open your heart. Hear a little birdie singing in the background. One more. For some of you, there may be like new suitors, and it's weird I'm using that word, new suitors coming your way. And why I'm saying this is because I'm just being remembered. This morning, I was looking out the window, and this male bird landed on a branch, and then a male bird landed behind him. And the first male bird like put out his wings, and I feel like this is a symbol of wanting to mate, and oh, look at my wings, right? But then the bird right below him put his wings out, and they were a little bit bigger. And it's funny, and then the first bird flew off. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling like, oh, that's because there's suitors coming your way. And they will be trying to impress you. I don't feel anything negative. I feel this is good. Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Some of you, it can be the energy of your father that has been with you you've been carrying it around for so long. Like it still exists. Maybe it does still exist. This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Even though this connection may not be immediately understood, this card acknowledges the link. Most likely, old emotions concerning your father are affecting your present situation. If a memory surfaces as you read this, trust this pathway to lead you to healing. Recalling a painful memory isn't pleasant, but it's an important step towards releasing negative patterns. If you have old, heavy-hearted feelings about Dad, take a moment now to say, God and Mother Mary, thank you for helping me heal and release the person's name or emotion with my father so that he and I can be free. Interesting. All right, guys. I love you. As always, you were the last sign this month, but wow. I felt a little power in there. I don't know about you guys, but I felt it. So, you know, meant to come out when it came out. By the way, happy birthday to some of you. Happy birthday earlier also. No one said happy birthday and I love you. Let me be the first. I am just so happy that you keep coming back. I want to thank you for that. It's so appreciated. I appreciate it so much. I understand your journeys, and you guys understand my journey, and you're learning through my journey, and I'm learning through your journeys. It's funny. We're just helping each other out. So keep putting your comments there too. And by the way, because when you have, certain things that you're thinking, and then you put it down, then I can clarify. You may not buy my reason, and that's okay, right? You may be like, I don't know, Sandy. But that's your choice. But at least now you heard why I do this or I do that. And feel free to ask, like, how come you always do this, Sandy? And why do you, why do you always cut in threes? I don't know. I already answered that question. I really don't know. I just picked it up one day and just started cutting everything in threes, and things started to come in threes, and yeah, that's just one I've yet to figure out, but I just go with it. But anything like that. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for your beautiful donations. I know this is a very hard time. Everyone's having a hard time. We just need to pray for each other is what we all need to do. And the world. And what will be, will be. We'll get through it. Right? We'll get through it. We always do. Whatever it is. Right? Because the one thing we know is time will keep moving, no matter what, until it's time not to, and then it's just time not to. So, anyway, I love you guys. Knock down those walls. That's what I want to say. Knock down those walls. And then I might name you reading that, because I feel like you are meant to knock down some walls. And no one can do it for you. You have to do it yourself, right? This is something where it's your inner soul that's saying, we can knock this wall down, and you can. I love you guys so much. I will see you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.